Hi, thanks for tuning in. My name is Ralph Rizzo. I'm with Hidden Pet Fence and 1877dogyard.com. Today I have the Halo 5 collar with me. We just did a big long review process of how this thing sets up and how it works and activates and all that. The video you're about to watch now is a much shorter video. It was shot on scene at a property that we set this up for, and you're gonna see that the collar activated where it was supposed to, and then you're gonna see how I backed away and went back into the signal field, and it was 15 feet away, 20 feet away, 8 feet away. The variation of where this thing starts to activate is very, very different than an underground wired fence like we sell. And the other thing I wanted to tell you that you will see or hear in the video is while I was 10 feet away from the activation area, talking to the camera, this thing started to beep and whistle. So I hope you enjoy the video. Again, this is on the Halo 5 collar. Again, my name is Ralph with Hidden Pet Fence at 1877dogyard.com. Thank you. I just wanted to show some outdoor activity. I've got some flags lined there alongside the sidewalk. We made that our boundary line of where the boundary is going to be. And then the flags that you see across here, that's 10 feet away, and that's supposed to be the activation area of where the collar starts to activate. So that's the line, and this is where it should activate. So again, I'm not a dog and I am not running. I'm just gonna walk, and we're gonna, and I don't know if you just heard that, but it just went off, and I'm a good 20 feet away from where it's supposed to activate, or 10 feet from where it's supposed to activate, but 20 feet from the actual boundary. And as you can see, we're not on a very big piece of property here. This is only about 3/4 of an acre that we're working on. So we're gonna test this. It started to beep here, right? It's supposed to start to beep back there where those flags are. So that's 10 feet off of where it's supposed to be. And then we're back in the safe area. So we're gonna try it again in the exact same spot. It started to beep here. That's a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 feet past the line, which is 19 feet past where it's supposed to start activating. So you're able to see what I talked about in the video, that's all we're doing is showing you how bad this thing works. It's supposed to start at those first set of flags. So I'll try a different spot. I'll come over here. And it's beeping right here. Like literally we're 7 feet away from where it's supposed to start activating. And now that time it started to activate here, which is 5 feet from there and 5 feet from there. So we're gonna come over here again. And again, this is me walking. Imagine if this were your dog running. We've got the flags or the boundary line set up 15 feet from the road. And if your dog is running, by the time that thing activates, the dog's gonna be in the road getting hit by a car. So definitely make sure you do your research on this. Hi, so I want you to see over here, we put some flags up there as our virtual line of where we set the app up with the Halo 5 collar. So that is what we'll call the boundary line or the line. And then these two flags here represent 10 feet from the boundary line. So according to their specifications, this collar is supposed to start beeping approximately 10 feet from the line. Now, I'm gonna go fairly slowly, not that your dog is gonna go this slow, but I just want you to see where this thing activates. So we're gonna take this down. The sun is out or coming out. We do have a little bit of cloud cover right now, but here's the collar. So we got it to go off here, which is pretty good for a GPS collar, except it just went off here, which is another 6 or 7 feet. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 feet. So 17 feet away, this thing, you heard it beeping, or I hope you heard it beeping. So I'm gonna come back into the yard again, and I'm gonna walk right here it started beeping. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 7 feet past the boundary, but 10 feet more where it's supposed to start beeping. So that's 16 or 17 feet from where it's supposed to go and start to activate to where it actually did, literally 30 seconds away from each other. So it's still beeping, it's still whistling. So I'm plenty inside the safe area right now. But you can see the very first time it started to activate 8 feet from the line. And then the second time it started 16, 17 feet past where it was supposed to. And then it started beeping back here another 6 feet away. So I'm gonna take the collar again. So I'm gonna just switch hands because my hand is cold. And I'm just gonna walk. So it started to beep about here, which is 4 feet past where it's supposed to. And at least it's not false activating like it did the first time we went through. So again, I'm gonna try it again. Right here it starts beeping, and again, that's 6 feet past the actual line that we made. I'm not sure if you can hear it whistling, but it's whistling to get the dog to go back. The unfortunate thing about this collar is if your dog were to run after something, they don't feel any kind of correction to get their attention until they're into the road. This is just it's not the way that things should be, but it is still beeping. I'm inside, you know, I'm now 14, 15 feet past or back inside of the property line. When you start taking 17 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet from your actual boundary to where it activates, or activates before or activates after, there's a huge problem there for most of the properties, especially when your houses are only 20, 30 feet apart. It's not even going to be successful with that. I mean, we've got 50, 60 feet in between buildings here, with the property line kind of in the middle, and you know, we're getting false readings for that, which is just, it's just a little ridiculous. So I'm going to go even further into the boundary or into the property, and I'm going to run. Okay, that time it started to beep here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then 12, 13. That's 13 feet plus another 10. That's 23 feet past where it's supposed to start to activate. So if all of the things that I told you about doing a review on this, the setup problems, the activation problems, the false activation issues, this right here is showing live how this actually works or doesn't work like it's supposed to. And this is only a handful of times that we're testing it, right? Imagine your dog. Imagine how fast your dog is. Imagine how far your dog is gonna get before this thing beeps or whistles or gives them any kind of stimulation to turn around and come back in. So this is the Halo 5 collar review. I hope this helps. Again, go online, go to the Halo support or the chat where there's groups of people that have had these collars for a very long time, and you'll see even more issues than I'm showing you right here.